Alright guys, I hope you're finding the Macbeth series useful. I want to also start doing Jekyll and Hyde and Inspector Calls, A Christmas Carol. Now let me know if there's any other texts you want me to go through, because every school has different texts. Now this video I want to spend going halfway chapter 1 of Jekyll and Hyde, and I will do a follow-up video which will be uploaded in a few days on the rest of Jekyll and Hyde chapter 1. Now chapter 1, Story of the Door. Let's get straight into it. It begins by talking about Mr. Utterson, and Mr. Utterson comes across as a typical 19th century man. He's lean, long, dusty, dreary, yet somehow lovable. He's not a typical heroic character. Yeah, there's nothing special about him. He's just a typical man. But let's go down a bit in the first paragraph of chapter 1, and I want to focus on a few things. It says how he's inclined to Cain's heresy. Now, if you guys don't know who Cain is, this is the story of Cain and Abel. Now, in the Bible, Cain was the first person to commit a murder, and he murders his brother. Now, he says, I'm inclined towards Cain's heresy. That's bizarre. Why would you be inclined to someone who done evil, someone who committed a sin in murdering his brother? Which gives the idea that Utterson isn't what's someone looking for. He's not as nice as he seems. There's something dodgy about him. And this is further emphasized when he says that I let my brother go to the devil in his own way. Meaning that if somebody I know is doing bad, is doing wrong, I let them carry on. I let my brother go to the devil in his own way, which is an oxymoron in itself. Why would you let your brother, somebody you're close to, let them go to the devil in their own way? Now, this is again taken further at the end of the first paragraph, where it says that he was in his fortune to be the last reputable acquaintance and the last good influence in the lives of downgoing men. Now, a lot of people say, bravo, Utterson. He's a very good character. He's loyal till the end. He stays with you till the end. But I argue this: why can't Utterson save you? Why can't Utterson change you? Now, this is clear foreshadowing that somebody in this text will be going on a downward path, and Utterson will be a bystander, watching. And that's exactly what happens. Utterson almost watches Jekyll crash and burn. He's with his brother till the very end. He lets his brother go to the devil in his own way. Now, let's carry on. I don't want to read it line by line, because then these videos will be like 25 hours long. But I want to focus on when the story of the door begins. And when Enfield says, well, it was this way, returned Mr. Enfield. So if you're following me in your book, you want to turn to this paragraph. The one that begins with, well, it was this way, returned Mr. Enfield. I was coming home from some place at the end of the world about 3 o'clock of a black winter morning. Now, forget Hyde, forget Jekyll, forget the girl. Straight away, it implies that everybody in this society is a little bit dodgy. Where was Enfield, or what was Enfield more likely, doing at 3 in the morning on a dark winter night, walking through London on his own? Where has he been? What's he been up to? So it raises the suspicion that his character himself is a little bit dodgy. And it also creates a sinister mood. Black. The word is black winter morning. Not dark, not foggy, not grey, but black. Yeah, this jumper is black. I'm yet to see the roads looking black. So it implies that it's just very dark and very depressing. Street after street and all the faults of sleep. Street after street, all lighted up as if for a procession and all as empty as a church. That's a jab at religion. Yeah, it's a very indirect jab that no one believes in God no more. Yeah, we believe in Darwin and evolution. We believe in that theory. People are moving away from religion and moving towards science. That's what Jekyll did. That's what Lanyon does. And that's a clear jab at religion. And it says how he begins to long for the sight of a policeman. Why would you do that? Because you can sense danger. He felt uncomfortable. Something wasn't right. And therefore he begins to want a policeman to come, a policeman to intervene. And then all at once, the tone goes from describing the scene to zooming in. Structure. We go from describing the scene to zooming in on what is happening. All at once, I saw two figures. One, a little man who was stumping. Stumping is when you come and stamp your feet as you walk along. Yeah, he's like a little dwarf stamping his feet. Is he angry? Yeah, he's almost upset by something. He's stumping along east at a good walk. And the other, a girl of maybe 8 or 10. Now, what is a girl of 8 or 10 doing out at 3 a.m. in the morning? Now, this is your link to the capitalist system. It made young girls, people who are poor, it put them in a very tough situation. Now, let's carry on a little bit more before I explain that point. Well, sir, the two ran into one another naturally enough at the corner. So as they came, they went bang into one another, which is fine. Yeah, it's a bit of a bump. Yeah, it's a bit of a clash. Okay, but what happens next is important. And then came the horrible part of the thing. For the man trampled calmly over the child's body. Oxymoron, guys. Trampled calmly. He stepped over the girl, but not fast, not aggressively, calmly. He almost enjoyed it. And who was he stamping over? He's stamping over an 8 to 10-year-old girl. Now I want to pause here and I want to talk about this before we move on anyway. Why does Hyde attack a young girl? Now I'm going to make a point that for me is stretching to grade 8 to grade 9. You could argue that Hyde is a product of society and Hyde represents the injustice in society. Just the way society would have trampled over this girl because she was poor and because she was a girl, Hyde represents that in his actions. Because just the way society would trample over her, he does the exact same thing. And we can also use this analogy when he murders Saddam Hussein, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Alright, let's carry on. So what happens? What happens? He says how I gave a few hello. I took to my heels. He's saying, Enfield is saying, this is not Utterson talking, this is Enfield. Enfield is saying that he called out and he took to his heels, he ran and he collared my gentleman. He grabbed him by the collars. Yeah, Enfield was disgusted. So he went and he grabbed Hyde by the collars and brought him back to where there was a group around the screaming child. But Hyde was perfectly cool and made no resistance. It appears he hasn't got a conscience. It appears he has no remorse. He was cool, he's calm. He just trampled over a little girl. But no, he is not fazed at all. He's very, very calm. Now, this is the first impressions we get of Hyde. He gave one look and it brought out the sweat on me like running. Hyde does not have a positive impact on the characters. Brought out the sweat on me like running. I started sweating bucket loads. Is he scared? Is he nervous? What's happened? But something is really burning inside Enfield. Now I want to carry on. Very quickly, guys, it says here that the people who turned out were the girl's own family. Because she's poor, nobody cares. When Saddam's crew is murdered, it's all over London. He tramples over a little girl, nobody cares. Which shows you the patriarchal and classist society. I'm going to skip this. Where is the quote I want to talk about? It instantly refers to Hyde like Satan, yeah, like the devil. Hyde mimics the devil, and everyone around him is going crazy. He says how the women were as wild as harpies. They're going crazy. Hyde has brought out that evil nature inside them, which emphasizes how evil Hyde is, because he has a very negative impact on those around him. He's contagious. Yeah, if he sneezes, it's like he's passing the disease around. And then they take Hyde to the home to get some money, and then he goes to the bank and so on. I'm not going to talk about that too much, apart from the fact that how are they solving this girl's problems is through money. That's not justice. She's been trampled over and they're going to pay her off. Okay, for this video, I'm going to pause it. In the next video, in chapter 1, I will pick out on the next few parts. So make sure you watch that. If there's anything you want me to cover, please let me know. Like it, share it, subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Once again, guys, thank you as always for watching.